I'm gonna put this out there. Guys in the league don't play as physical as they did in the SEC when I was in college.
These SEC guys, man, they just be acting like, hey, nobody else playing football out here.
It was a little bit more spread out that way. It was a little more
We
spread out
play
that way.
football too, bro. I ain't trying to hear all this SEC this. What's up, everybody? This is Arik Armstead, and welcome to another episode of Third and Long. A little bit of a unique episode where I'm missing my co-host, Michael Bennett. It's his birthday, 40th birthday. So congratulations to him and happy birthday. He's taking some time away to himself, went on a little trip, so he won't be joining the show today. But really excited because I have a special guest that is joining the show today and have a great episode planned for you guys. And that guest is Travon Walker, #1 pick overall. Guy who has had double-digit sacks back-to-back years in this league. Really one of the best young players in the NFL. My little homie, but I've learned from him as well too. Learned so much from him, and he's really mature beyond his years. And so, welcome to the show, bro. How you doing?
Man, I appreciate that intro, man. It really means a lot coming from somebody like you or your caliber. But can't complain, man. Day to day, living, breathing. So blessed with another opportunity. That's all I can ask for. Appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, man. Definitely blessed. It's been good to be your teammates now, be teammates now for a couple of years and really have an opportunity to get to know you more, not only as a player. I saw you from afar for a lot of years, but know you more as a person and as a man. And that's been, very good for me. I love being a teammate of yours and, being able to support one another. So definitely appreciate you joining the show, bro. And, this has been a long time coming. We talked about doing this for a little time now, and I'm happy that you're able to join and we can pull it off.
Yes, sir. I'm glad we could finally get it done. We've definitely been talking about it for a good little minute, man.
Yeah. So,
Ready for it.
yeah, did a little research. So first off, let's get this straight because kind of did a little. I'm kind of the feds right now, doing a little research, preparing for the interview. What is your government name? Can
My
the people
government.
get your real government name?
So the people already know my real government name. They just might not know the first name. It's all public information, but my first name is Yuri. So I go by my middle name, Travon. Why do I go by my middle name? It's just something my parents, they always called me Trey growing up. So it was really just more so what my parents and siblings called me growing up other than going by my first name. So crazy backstory behind that as well. Like my dad, his first name is actually Yuri too, which he
Okay.
goes by his middle name, which is Steve. So I guess it was just kind of passed down from how my dad was as well.
So you're a junior.
No, I'm not a junior. That I'm not.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
got
So you're
just
not a
two
junior.
totally different middle names. His name is Yuri Steve Walker, then mine is Yuri Trayvon Walker. No junior on
Okay.
there. Yes,
So
sir.
Yuri Trayvon Walker. This is new information to me. That's dope though. That's a dope name.
Yes, sir.
But
Appreciate
so
it.
now the people know. If they can people call you Yuri or you just want everyone to call you Trey.
You see me in public and you say that I might not turn around and look, but if I'm in my hometown and I hear that, I'll probably turn around and look then. But just out in the public, I probably won't turn around and look, just because a lot of
Okay.
people don't even know me by that.
Okay, for sure. So you grew up in Thomaston, Georgia, small town, country
Yes, sir.
boy for sure. What was that like, and what were some of, those memories growing up in Thomaston that stick with you today?
Man, like you say, Thomaston is a small town in middle Georgia. I'm probably like 20 minutes on the outside of Macon. That's how I kind of describe it to a lot of people. I was south of the airport in Atlanta. But just growing up in Thomaston, man, for me, it was always like I had to be creative at a very young age. Like we was just talking about this in the locker room the other day, actually, comparing city guys to country guys. I just felt like growing up, I had to be very creative because I was the only boy. I have two older sisters, and I just had a lot of guy cousins that was around. Everybody who kind of stayed in my area, where I'm from, we all related. We have a street named after us where I'm from. So it really was just we was outside playing basketball in the woods, hunting, playing around, hide and seek, paintball. It's just coming up with something different to do every day, which kind of leads to what carries over to today. Is just like now I really don't have to be it really doesn't have to be a set plan in place for me to be able to be adventurous or try to learn new things or things of that sort. My brain is always kind of working. I'm always trying to figure out what can I be doing right here to either better myself in life, better myself on the field, or whatever it may be. So it's just always been that creative mindset for me.
Nah, that's facts. I feel like the water is different in Georgia. Y'all are a different breed of people. Like you said, y'all are super creative. Outdoorsmen. It's a different lifestyle down there, but also y'all breed like different athletes.
Sure, 100%.
Y'all are born different, true thoroughbreds, which I think everyone can appreciate. And there's a reason why all sports are flooded with talent from the state of Georgia, all and through the state of Georgia. So y'all are definitely a different breed.
I definitely
Different
say,
breed down
man,
there.
the eating that we have going on down there, man, collard greens, neck bones, collards,
Ooh,
then maybe a little well water, and that I think
well
it's just
water. That's
well
the
water.
best water I heard.
Definitely, it don't get no better than that. Especially being in the city now, getting city water in the fountain, have to get your sink purified or whatever, man. You rather get you some well water, and that might be the main ingredient right there.
Yeah, nah, that might be it for sure. Um, Speaking of Georgia, though, you went to the University of Georgia.
Yes, sir.
You got the pick. You got the pick in the
Yes,
back.
sir. Yes,
You
sir.
got the
With the
pick in the
ring,
back.
the ring too.
Yep. Uh, you played for. You obviously won a national championship, and also played on one of the best defenses in college football history. Your Georgia D line had 5 first-round picks, including yourself, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Devontae Wyatt.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys the greatest college defensive line ever?
Hey, it's always been a discussion when people come asking me that question. Of course, I'm gonna say we was because I mean that's all I know or experienced in person. But it was a lot of great defensive lines that came through college football. But if not one, I'll say two. But it's hard for me to put us at that two, bro. It's
Yeah, bro.
hard.
I don't see how you could. I had this conversation as well too with Christian Wilkins. They had
That's
three
exactly
first
what
round
it is.
picks.
Yeah,
Yeah, 3 first round. They won a national championship. Had 3 first round picks on their D line, but five
yeah,
is
it's
is
hard, bro.
is
And then
insane. And how dominant you guys' defense was. That's pretty tough to match.
yeah, that's definitely something that you really won't come by too often, especially with the size of guys like myself, let alone me. You had guys like Jordan Davis, he's every bit of 6'7", 3". It depends on what time of
50,
year it is. Off
60,
season,
70.
come on, man. And he moving, he running like 4'8", 4'7", if
Mm-hmm.
not that. And that just trickled on. It's hard to come by specimen guys like that. And that's what we had.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's why I always the best.
y'all were different, bro. The speed, the size, the physicality y'all play with, y'all set a new standard for sure,
Most definitely.
and had a lot of success at Georgia. Speaking of your Georgia days, we got a little video. You might have saw this video. I saw it, and it went viral. We want to pull it up to show Travon the video of Kirby sticking his tongue out. Or did you see that video,
Oh
Trey?
man, I definitely seen that video. There's a couple of them flown around
What you
TikTok.
you saw the one with the girl she was like,
And she was like,
"Show me
stick
that
out.
tongue, Kirby."
Yeah. Yeah. But nah, that
What
definitely happened, man.
so I was dying when I saw that video of Kirby
It's
sticking his
that's the
tongue out
thing.
and
That's the thing too about like a lot of people don't know about Kirby. He's a exciting person to be around. Like, look, you got the video right here.
yeah.
Like, he's just a great person to be around. Personality is off the wall. It's just what a lot of times what a lot of people see is him coaching, him just being in that coaching mode. But outside of that, once you handle business, man,
Mm-hmm.
Kirby is probably one of the most fun coaches it is to be around on and off the field.
No, that's what's up.
And
Do you have
never
a
lose
favorite?
the
Do you have a favorite Kirby story or memory from your time? Something
Got a
funny?
lot of them, man. I'm pretty sure you heard something similar on this rim, but like we'll just be at practice. It was one day we were at practice. I want to say I had messed up my AC joint or something. Like I never really back talk Kirby, none of that, and I really ain't say nothing too crazy to him just because the type of player I am. I love the game of football, but I messed up my AC joint in the game. Come to practice. This probably like that Tuesday. We call it Bloody Tuesday, so we already know it's finna be a hard physical day. We in walkthroughs. I'm favoring my shoulder. I really can't lift my arm. So we get to practice and we start doing like our little hand drills. I want to say we was going about to do one-on-ones with the tight end for block rec or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he seen I was favoring and he get on the microphone. A lot of people talk about the microphone. You can hear the microphone on the
Yeah.
outside of the streets. Everybody be talking about that. But he gets on the microphone calling me out, looking like a da 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 da. I can't remember exactly what he said. It wasn't nothing disrespectful, but like it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, I'm looking like a little female out here favoring my shoulder. So it was just kind of experience where I want to where I just gave him like a man. I ain't stunned that today. Like I
Mm-hmm.
ain't going for it. I'm hurting. Like I really can't do nothing at this point. Like I can't even move my arm. But it was just coming from him. He was on me in the microphone, so he was already being loud. And then once I gave him this right here, oh, he really didn't like that. He got on the microphone even louder, came over there in my ear, cussing me out. It wasn't nothing major, but like once he calmed down a little bit, got out the microphone, like I'm like, bro, I can't move my shoulder. So that's probably like one of the things that sticks out to me. Kind of a funny moment, but a serious moment at the same time too.
Yeah, I think outside looking in, he seems to be a very tough and demanding coach, but at the same time showed a lot of love for you guys. So you guys were able to kind of take that hard coaching and not be, not go the other way with it of like, man, he really don't like me.
Yeah, one thing he always preached too is listen. It's not always about the tone. It's the message that he's trying to get across, and I feel like that carries over with me now and today into the NFL too. So just being around Kirby, he's one of those guys. He gonna get on you. You go have fun. He might curse you out or whatever, but you just got to know that's what comes with the game, right?
No, that's facts. And speaking of it working out at Georgia and reaching your dreams, you are one of only 90 players ever taken number one overall in the NFL draft. So you're in extremely rare air. What was that experience like? Your draft experience, going number one overall. A lot of uh, kids and young people, that's like their dream. And so, what was that like for you to achieve that dream?
Man, like in the moment when it first happened, I get the call or whatever. Like in the moment, like it was really just like is this a real moment? Like, am I dreaming? I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to. At first, I really didn't know how to process it, but as time went on, and I just started, obviously the next morning they got me on the flight headed to Jacksonville. And from that moment forward, that's when it hit me. Like, bro, you really a number one overall pick. They done flew the PJ out to pick you up. Like, man, I ain't going into the draft. I'm not expecting
Constant that
major.
PJ.
Man, they sent that PJ for that boy. I'm like, bro, like this is my first time on a PJ, bro. First time on a PJ. So everything really just kind of going fast for me. But the experience itself, man, it was definitely an experience I'll never forget. Like you say, it's one of those ones. It's really a 1 percentile type of deal, and to be picked number one overall, it really says a lot. Just about, I wouldn't say just about me personally, but my upbringing, the coaches that I've had along the way, and man, so far it was a crazy experience. It was a lot that came with it, but I feel like I've been tackling the task ever since I've been in the league. Obviously, I kind of how my first year went or whatever, but I've just been building off of that, just trying to put all the pieces together. Coming in as a rookie, obviously rookies you got to learn the game of the NFL, which is totally different from college. But the experience itself, man, it was great. It's fun. Something I'll never forget.
Nah, tremendously proud. I know I'm proud of you, and I know that your family and all your loved ones are extremely proud of you. And They can have a sense of pride too. Like, man, we got a number one pick in our family, and not only a number one pick, but a guy who's continued to show why he was a number one pick and been dominant in this league. You've had back-to-back double-digit sack seasons in 2023 and 2024. When did it start to click for you in the NFL and you realized, like, I have arrived and, I'm that dude?
I really say it kind of clicked for me like midway, close to the end of my rookie year for real. Once we started to get in that November, December stretch, like, because we started off that year, I want to say we was losing. We was probably like 3-8, and then we came back after our bye and went crazy. But so it just kind of put a lot of things in perspective from the end of my rookie year as far as playing the mental game with offensive linemen, adjusting to the speed of the game, being a true edge rusher to this point. Like at Georgia, I played everything from a 0 to a 9 technique, but just obviously locking in on this one position, knowing my schedule, how I'm going to be able to operate, get my body worked on, and what time frame, things of that nature. So it kind of, for me, it kind of clicked like right at the end of my rookie season. I started putting all the pieces together, and then I had that off season. I'm like, yeah, it's really, I'm just making it. I was making it a little harder than I was supposed to be making it going into the NFL. Like, it's just a game that I've been playing ever since I was 6 years old.
Yep. No, that's facts. And I feel like we all have a similar experience with that of you enter the NFL and it's like, man, this the league. Like, dang, that's so-and-so. I used to watch him play. And, it can be, you can be kind of bright-eyed your rookie year. And then once you realize, like, man, I'm here for a reason. Not only I'm here for a reason, I was the number one pick for a reason.
That's it.
I belong here, and then everything starts to fall in line from there. So, that process of going through those emotions and feelings and figuring out how to do things the right way. Obviously, you figured it out faster than most, and it's been good to see. So.
It was definitely a whirlwind, man. Like I say, I'm always gonna have room for improvement too. So, but it's definitely after my rookie season, I felt like everything really got rolling for me. I knew things that I liked doing within a defensive scheme too. Like I'm taking myself and being a little selfish, but still being a team player at the same time, so I can have like those conversations with my coaches and things of that nature. So I feel like once I got into that second year, everything else really just flowed from that too.
You're also close friends with NBA number one overall pick, Anthony Edwards. Talk to me about you guys' bond and relationship and supporting each other throughout your careers. You guys are, would know it the best of what that feeling is like to be a number one pick that comes with the pressure and all that. So talk to me about you guys' relationship.
Man, that's one of those relationships like we played. So I knew Ant a little bit before we got to college because we both played travel ball in the state of Georgia. Obviously, most of the big tournaments are in Atlanta, so that's kind of how we first met at a tournament. We played each other. We was talking smack on the court, and from there on, I want to say a little bit after that, I committed to Georgia before he was even committed to Georgia. I'm pretty sure he had the offer already, but I was committed to Georgia, and he had just reached out to me in my DM one day on the side, and was like, he was just asking me questions about the university. It's probably like 2019. We both getting ready to come out of high school, and then from there, the crazy thing is, he ended up being roommates with a guy that went to my high school named Ty Fagans, which is actually my cousin as well too, and that's kind of how I got into that personal space with Ant-Man. And he's one of those ones too. How I look at myself, I like to look at myself very laid back, reserved, but like he likes to have fun too, but he does it at the right time in his own space to where he feels comfortable. And he was all about the grind, bro. You really didn't see him outside partying. He didn't drink, didn't do none of the extracurricular stuff. But when it came to work ethic, all he wanted to do was watch film, play basketball, and same for myself. So that's kind of how I feel like that bond right there kind of connecting. And then as far as both of us being number one overall picks, going to the University of Georgia, came into Georgia at the same year. Obviously, the rules are a little different from basketball to football. He left right after his first year.
Yeah,
And
he was
speaking
out of
of that,
there.
he left right after his first year. Man, we had a class together too. So like it's probably like one of the first 2 days of class or whatever, bro. I go into class, I see him in the class, I'm like, all right, we in the same class or whatever. After this day, bro, I don't know if this would be public or not, or but it's over with now. Like I never seen this man in a class ever again in my college career. I'm not gonna say I went to every class either, but I never seen him in no other class ever. But he
That
was just
boy,
all
that
about
boy
ball.
went. That boy went for that first roll call, that first check in. It was
He was
gone.
gone.
I hooped in college too, and it is kind of like that. Like hoopers in college,
A little
like the
different.
schedule, the travel be crazy. So like we weren't when I was in basketball season, we weren't really in class that often. So you would have to like make up a lot of stuff or do it on the road. But I'm sure they probably had him on like online stuff, bro, at that
Yeah.
time.
Come on, man. That's Ant-Man. Georgia basketball really ain't seen nobody like him since Katavius Caldwell Pope or
Yeah.
even beyond that. Like,
Hmm.
he's
So
definitely
that,
he's
that
definitely a great guy though, man. As far as personality, work ethic, everything of that nature. It's crazy to see how he's blossoming in the league as well too. Like he's just been on the rise every year.
now that's really awesome for you all to have a great friendship, and it's always important to surround yourself around like-minded people, people who are
100%.
trying to achieve the same thing you're trying to achieve, and y'all, you guys can keep each other honest and keep each other accountable to
Yeah.
you guys' goals, and you guys both did it. You guys both are there, and both got a lot more to do. You guys are young in your careers, and excited to see where you take your career and his. I'm a big Ant-Man fan too. He'd be going crazy.
Yeah, most definitely. That's the
Yeah.
best part about it, man.
Yep. So switching gears a little bit, when I met you, you're one of the most mature young players that I have met, and uh, you really think far beyond your years, and um, you've already started a couple businesses in real estate and transportation. Where does that entrepreneurial side of you come from?
Bro, that like I say, that all starts with just how I was raised or the area that I was brought up in. I would like I'm from the country, but I always traveled with sports and things of that nature that kind of showed me a little bit more of the world than just what my city had to offer. But going back to that creative mindset, coming from a small town, like we really didn't, we don't really have a lot of upscale. I wouldn't say upscale houses, just more like modern houses. Or we really don't have like transportation service, as in like you go to like metro area, you might have the train, buses. Like it might be like little senior citizen buses that might come around and pick people up. But it just all stemmed off of having that creative mindset growing up, not really having those avenues to venture off in or kind of even help myself learn or put myself in those positions. It's just like once I got out into the world with sports, it kind of helped me with that, and I feel like that was probably one of the best transitions that I've had, just because the people that I surround myself with, number one, and then they just kind of made that journey for me a little bit easier. And then once I got into the NFL and was able to do those type of things, that was instantly where my mind went to. Because I'm like, it's easy to make this money. I know this journey in the NFL is never really guaranteed how long it'll be, but it's like I got to do something. I got to let my money work for me, and that's where that came from. It's just stemming off from where I come from, having that creative mindset, and always wanting to have some hustle about myself. Like I got a family to feed, and
Yeah.
that's what I got to do, bro. Got to do what I got to
Nah,
do
that's
the right
awesome.
way.
That's awesome. I feel that that creativity is awesome, and like you said, having to figure out and use your brain at a young age, create fun, do different things, that has unlocked something in you to use your brain to make money and start businesses and services and help people, which has been really cool to see. You're also one of the most philanthropic young players that I've ever met. Talk to me about your work with the Travon Walker Foundation, and like you said, um, giving back to your community that raised you.
So the Travon Walker Foundation is a foundation that I started just solely based off of things that I felt the younger community around me needed, helps in different avenues. But I wouldn't even just say younger people. I just always wanted to give back to my community because it really wasn't too many people who made it to the collegiate level to play football on the stage that I did. Coming up, everybody kind of knew me. I was a 5-star, whatever. So that kind of led to that part of that, me wanting to give back because we really didn't have too many people go off and do that. And I always told myself if I ever made it to the NFL, I just want to give back to my community, and not just my community. I want to be a help to other people because in this life that we live, it's not all about us. It's all about spreading the word of God. Like I believe in God, and that's what it's all about, being able to help other people, not just yourself or not just the people closest to you, but you never know the people who are looking up to you. And back to the foundation, I just do it to empower the youth, even the parents of the youth as well. That's the main focus of my foundation. I just always wanted to give back to the people in need in certain areas, whether it's giving back food, can drives, and things of that nature. And then even talking with you about certain things within the foundational aspect and kind of how to help my foundation grow as well. It's definitely helping me, and I want to continuously give back to my community in different ways.
No, it's been awesome. Like I said, once I joined the team and learned more about you, and we've had conversations about community impact and our philanthropic endeavors and the type of hope that we want to provide to our communities. It's been awesome to see and see the impact that you're having, and seeing how God is using you in a multitude of ways, to be a blessing to other people I'm very proud of that the most, about who you are, and really, why I love you as a person is, that side of you, bro. Just the impact that you can have, the amount of people that you can bless in your life, and realizing that opportunity that you have, and it's cool to see. And I'm really proud too of a lot of guys in the NFL. I feel like we have a league that, I don't know what it is about football players, but man,
Right together.
we go through a lot, and I feel like we have that sense of compassion, for other people as well too. A lot of
Yeah.
people look at us as gladiators and warriors and all this, but we're a very compassionate bunch too. And there's a lot of guys in this league that are being blessings to other people, and using their platform for good. And you're a great example of that.
I really appreciate that, man. Coming from somebody of your magnitude, especially within just you as a person in general, coming from you, I really appreciate that. But like I said, bro, without you, the things that you do within your foundation aspect as well, bro, it's definitely helping me out a lot in mines. And bro, I just want to tell you, continue doing what you're doing within your foundational space, your family space, and on the field as well, bro.
Nah, we got a lot more to do. I'm excited to partner with your foundation, one day too.
Definitely go get that going.
What we've been talking about, and bring that to fruition. So I'm excited about continuing those conversations and working together one day on that front.
Yes, sir. That'll
Yep.
definitely be later. Definitely looking forward to it.
Switching a little gears, a little fun, some fun stuff. Um, Top five edge rushers. Who are your top five edge rushers? Guys you like their game, guys you like to watch. Doesn't have to be, you know, the guys that are always talked about, but just some guys that you like to watch that you can take stuff from. Who are your top five edge rushers?
Right now in the league today,
Yeah, you can go right. You can go right now, or over a time period since you've been watching football
I'm
for a
put,
long time.
I gotta put Lawrence Taylor at my number one.
Okay.
He was definitely one of those ones that I always watched growing up, highlights of, and then kind of converting to the modern day era. I'll say I watch a lot of Miles Garrett, from the size aspect comparison to me. I feel like it's very, very similar traits within that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a lot of guys that's been balling, bro. Like Aiden, he's been one from the jump ever since we came in together. Obviously, everybody have whatever their opinion on that, but he's doing his thing over there. I'm proud of him of what he's doing. I put Aiden in there. Benito, he's having a great year this
Hmm.
year. Not just this year, but like he's been consistent with it ever since we got in the league too. So those are two guys that came into class with me that's doing pretty good for themselves as well. And for that five, obviously Max Crosby. Max, he'll definitely be high in that. I didn't put him in no type of order, but Max, he's definitely within that top five too, bro. It's the relentless effort that Max plays with. And he's not really one of those flashy guys either as far as moves. Like he has a couple specific moves that he's gonna do, and he goes with it. Most of his sacks come off of effort. That's how I kind of look at myself as well. Like I'm just a guy who loves to play football. That's going to always play with a high motor and
Yep.
mindset towards the game, and that's Max.
So that was four current guys. So we can do a current list. If you want to add one more, you can put yourself
Current,
in there. You can put yourself in
obviously,
there
I'm
too,
I'm,
or you can
I'm gonna
add
say
another one.
myself. That's automatically. I'm gonna put myself at number one over anybody. But Josh too, bro. Like just being coming in under Josh, he's been one of those guys that's helped me out a lot, that I've learned a lot from, and he's had a successful career throughout his a whole NFL career, other than when he had his injury or whatever. But Josh, he's another one of those guys that's, if you don't account for him, you definitely go feel for it,
Yeah, that's
100%.
facts. You got a game plan for Josh whenever he's on the field or he's going to wreck the game. That's a that's a that's a pretty nice list, man. I'll have to agree. I definitely agree on a lot of those names. Guys have playing at a high level and really dominating this league. So
He definitely
another
kind of put
question.
me in the phase two, bro. Not that, my bad, not to interrupt, but it's a lot of guys out there that's been balling too, bro. Like that, just the D line itself, from the D tackle market to the edge rushing market, man, it really says a lot. Just how the market is within itself, based on the players that's coming up, man. Because the market for us right now is it's crazy, bro, and that's something that you really want to see from within the NFL Shield, the players organization. Like that's good. Want to see.
Now I'm happy to see where our game has evolved to in D line, D tackle. The D end spot pass rusher has evolved a little faster, but the D line market as a whole, including the interior guys, has blown up, and people are seeing our value. And guys are getting rewarded, and so I'm happy anytime a defensive lineman goes and gets a bag, goes and make a bunch of plays, goes and it's just showing, the impact that we have on a game as a whole, and it's really elevating our position.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. What was your, if you had one? Some guys come out the gate and it's like, yeah, can't nobody mess with me. But if you have one, what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Welcome to the NFL moment. As far as like getting hit or some on that caliber, I can't recall one on that aspect, but just, I'll say my whole rookie year was a welcome to the NFL moment for me. Because like, nobody's going to out physical me. I don't care if you Trent Williams, you can be the biggest guy, whatever. Like, ain't nobody, when it comes to playing physical, guys, and I'm going to put this out there, guys in the league don't play as physical as they did in the SEC when I was in college. Like, SEC, it was everybody physical every week, hands down. You get to the NFL, guys not like that. So I say my welcome to the league moment was just my whole rookie year, bro.
Okay.
I definitely
Whole
have to
rookie
say
year
that.
figuring it out.
Yeah, just
Man,
putting all the pieces
these
together.
SEC guys, man, they just be acting like
Hey,
they
hey,
God
bro.
they God's gift of football, bro. Like ain't nobody else playing football out here, bro. Like
Hands up,
we play
hands
football
down to
too, bro.
Oregon too, bro. Hands up to Oregon too, bro. But I'm just
We
saying,
play
it was a
football
little
too,
bit
bro.
more. It was a little bit more spread out that way, brother. That's all I would say, brother. It was a little more
We
spread out
play
that way.
football too, bro. I ain't trying to hear all this SEC this and we different and that's why we get all the Even if we lose, our schedule is harder, bro. We tired of hearing that, bro. NIL to even this playing field out, bro. Y'all really not
Right.
like that no more.
But look though, what did the okay, you were successful with the head coach that you had, but I was about to bring up the head coach that you all have there now. Where did he come from? Uh, and what type of mentality do you think that he brings and instills into that program?
Into Oregon,
Yeah.
you referring to
Dan
the
Lanning,
great
out here.
you referring to the great Dan Lanning?
Great Dan Lanning. Yes,
I
sir.
know where he come from. I know where he was at before.
Okay, okay. I just had to
I
put
know
I
where
just
he
had
was
to
at
put it out
before.
there. He came from that
But
SEC
where he
side.
at now though? He wasn't the
He,
head man there. He the head man now.
you right. He just trying to spread the wealth to the other division. Like that with the
Man, I'm
NIL
just
space,
saying
like
though,
they got
bro.
so much money out here to they can go get if they want to, they might can get Kirby.
I'm just saying though, bro. I played against a couple SEC teams when I was in college, bro. I ain't like
You
that,
whooped
bro.
up on y'all was hard though, bro. Y'all was a
Yeah,
little
man.
different.
We put 70 on Tennessee. Yeah, they came out to Oregon and they try to call our stadium small. Yeah, our stadium was a little small. Our stadium was a little smaller, but the points on the scoreboard wasn't small though.
I like that. I respect it too, bro.
Yeah, man.
I respect
Nah, definitely much respect. I like I said, I love watching y'all though. Like y'all had one of the best teams ever, and I'm definitely happy that Dan Lanning brought some of that to Oregon, and Oregon's looking nice now. And I love everything he got going on up there, Oregon. Really happy with how he's turning the program over and putting his own, feel and identity to it. So much respect for
definitely
sure.
got it going on for sure.
Yeah. So you got it in the background. You wore jersey number 44 in college and in the NFL. Is there a story behind that number for you?
Really, it kind of is. 24 is obviously my favorite number. I got on a Kobe shirt right now. That's probably like one of my role models who I looked up to as far as number wise and everything else. But 44, I picked that number because at the time I've been having 44 ever since I got in high school. I thought once I got to pick a number after my freshman year, and I just stuck with. I picked it because of Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley, he was
Okay.
Atlanta Falcon, Clemson. He was doing it. He was doing his thing. So that was one of the reasons that I just got the number 44. As far as it wasn't nothing. He was a dog on the field, but outside of that, he was probably the main reason that I rocked that 44. And I've
Yeah,
told him
man.
that personally as well.
Nah, that's what's up. Vic Beasley was my class. I know him very well. Shoot, I was at the combine. You know, I obviously my name starts with an A. His
Yeah.
starts with a B. So he doing everything behind me, and not directly behind, but he doing everything behind me. So I'm hitting the bench. I'm like, okay, and then I'm done. I'm trying to take a little break, and then everything he did behind me, everyone was cheering. I'm like,
Oh,
what is
he
this?
back there
What
going
what
crazy.
is this dude doing in there? So I hit the bench. I'm chilling, recovering, and then Vic Beasley, 35 reps, 4, 5, 40.
Nice.
Just I'm like, damn, bro. He just stole all my little thunder, but Vic Beasley was like that, for sure. So that's a good one to take a number from. I got another elite 44, DeForest Buckner. He was 44 in college too.
See, I didn't know that until I got around you and like I always tell you like, bro, if y'all was to have on just a black and white jersey with a helmet on, no number, like you would think y'all very identical. But to you bringing up that point, like I didn't know that he rocked number 44 until I got around you, started talking. I did my little research on him. And
Yeah.
I seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And Fofo Bulldog too, man. That goes perfectly.
Come on, man. That's the name, bro.
You know.
That's before the NFL.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, I got one last question. If you weren't playing football, what would you be doing right now?
Bro, that's when people ask me this question, bro, I always tell them like that's really just a hard question to say because the type of discipline and structure that I grew up on. My dad was a Marine. Mom, she worked in the school system, so for me, like if it wasn't for sports or anything like that, like man, I really don't. I always know I had to hustle. Like I cut grass, washed cars, did whatever growing up. Like I don't know. I don't know if I would have went to the service. I don't. I had thoughts of going in the service, being a Marine like my dad. I had thoughts of driving trucks like my uncles, things of that nature, and then just everything else. Like I really don't know. Bro. I know I probably would have wanted to go to college, but where? I was a smart kid, so I wouldn't say I wouldn't have been able to get into the University of Georgia. I'm pretty sure I still could have got in Georgia coming out with my test scores, but I really don't know, bro. That would have been that's a hard question. Probably something in the service, probably a Marine or in the Army or driving trucks, bro. To keep it 100 with you.
Yeah, you was gonna find a hustle regardless though, because
Yeah, it was gonna
that's
be
in you.
something. Yeah, like my
Yeah.
people weren't going for that. You gonna be staying at the crib at my crib your whole life. My people weren't going for that, so I was gonna have to do something regardless.
Nah, you was gonna be successful regardless with that mindset and that background, that upbringing. You know, the special people that you come from. He's gonna find a way regardless to do something, and people's gonna know your name. So
It was definitely gonna get out there one way or another. One way or another.
but man, don't want to take up, your whole day. I definitely appreciate you joining the show. I know the fans are going to love this episode, and really, I love having teammates and friends on the show because we always have a helmet on, and I feel like people don't really get an opportunity to know us as people and what really drives us and motivates us. They see the plays on the field, they know the name, but really happy that people will be able to learn more about you from this episode, and what makes you you and what makes you you and unique and special. So I appreciate you taking some time today to join the show. This was highly requested, and it's been a long time coming. And yeah, man, shoot, I'll see you at work tomorrow.
Get
We
back
got a
on
game
track.
to win.
G-Bot, man.
G,
But
don't
nah, for
say
real
G,
though, bro. I
bro.
appreciate it. I appreciate you for having me, man. Like it really means a
Yo.
lot. Bring me on your platform, on you all's platform. And, like, bro, just keep going, doing what you do too as well.
Yep. If there's any way people can support the foundation or support anything that you're doing, you can go ahead and give the people where they can find you at.
Okay. All you got to do is go on Google or Chrome, whatever it is, type in the Travon Walker Foundation. Probably more than likely it'll be the first link that pops up. If you want to drop anything that you donate or whatever, if you could just send out, you can send an email. The email's on there. You can send a donation, whatever that may be. All the information as far as whatever you might want to know or know about the foundation is all on there as well. So, yeah, TravonWalkerFoundation.com. That's it.
You guys have Instagram too?
We do have an Instagram. I'm
Okay.
not really big into the Instagram, so I'll be forgetting about that. But on Instagram, it is the Travon Walker Foundation as well, and it should be the first one to pop up also.
All right. So you guys heard it. That's where you guys can support Trayvon and his
All platforms,
on all platforms. You guys can support
Facebook.
Trayvon and the work he's doing in his hometown, and make sure to follow him on all social platforms. Keep up with him day to day in his career. But like I said, bro, appreciate you joining the show. And that's a wrap for another episode of Third and Long. Thanks for Trey for joining the show today. I know people are going to enjoy it. And thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you on another episode of Third and Long.